Hello, everyone. Welcome. Today we are unboxing the January Mindful Momentum box. So, if you have been curious about what's inside and what benefits you receive when this box is shipped to your door, stay here. We're going to go through this in a brief live unboxing. So, this is our January box. It went out end of December. We started our month in 2026 together in community. Everyone who is a member received this before the start of the month so that they could start strong and with support. So let's see what is inside. So when you get it straight to your doorstep, first thing you will typically see is our thank you card. If you're a member, I would love for you to take a picture with your box someday or one of the tools that you're using and tag me on Instagram or send it to my email. I would love to see you using it in action. But on the back is our content list, we'll call it, quick start tips, and a QR code that goes straight to the hub. So, in my personal opinion, one of the most valuable pieces of this subscription is the live support you get. And I'm going to start, usually I save this to last, but I'm going to start by showing you what's inside the hub. So on screen right now, you should be able to see the Mindful Momentum Hub. And if you happen to pop on here live, say hello. I would love to know that you're here. And if you have any questions along the way, put them in the comments and I'm going to be checking to see if I can answer any of them. If you watch the replay, that's fine too. Just post it in the comments and I will definitely get back to you. And oops, there I am. All right, just checking to make sure I can see comments. So this is our hub. This is your digital portal. When you are a member, you get access to this right away. And inside here is your Start Here section, which goes over some getting started tips, which you can see right here. And then this module is very important. So inside here is access to our community events, has our updated community calendar, and included in your membership or your subscription is a weekly guided planning session, which you'll see is on Fridays at the moment, Friday mornings, your accountability group chat, which is in Telegram. It's a small group. You can choose to be a part of it. Some of my members choose not to be a part of it. That's perfectly fine. It's your choice. But it's just a text messaging and video messaging app, kind of like Voxer, where you can get support in real time from other community members. Post your intentions, your goals, your plans, check in for accountability, and most importantly, celebrate wins. I'm a big fan of celebrating success. Big wins, small wins, all the wins. And you can do so in the chat anytime, day or night. People can manage their own notifications. This allows for flexibility, for time zone differences, and it's perfect for people who have limited time. You're an entrepreneur, a mother, a caregiver, and you have limited time, yet you still crave the community aspect of having an accountability partner, accountability group. The guided planning sessions once a week are another way to connect with the community, to also just set that intention that once per week for 30 minutes maximum, we do it in 30 minutes or less, come together, plan your upcoming week, do a little journaling together, do a debrief or an evaluation on what has been working in your week, in your business. It's flexible because if you can't make it live, you can also watch the replay and do it on your own timeline. And then there's also a co-working room. So that's another digital space where you can meet up with other members and set your intention for a work block or even an exercise block of time. Whatever it is that you plan to do, if you don't want to be alone, if you're like me and you're working in an office by yourself from home or something similar, or even if you work in like a typical employee space and you want to check in on your lunch break because you have other desires, other goals for yourself, It's a great idea. And then finally, let me go back over here. Of course, it's going to be slow because I'm live. But every month there's a module that holds all the replays, the podcast episodes also. So twice a week, you get access to, here we go, to weekly podcast episodes on a private podcast. So you can see here, we've had 4 released so far this month, and they're available here in the portal if you're someone who likes to be on your laptop or desk. Or you can subscribe to a private podcast feed and it goes straight to your phone. Every Monday and Wednesday right now on the schedule is when those podcast episodes drop, and they correspond with the monthly theme. So let's get to our theme. So it's kind of like having a coach in your back pocket, on the go, flexible, and allows you to be supported at an accessible price point, might I add. To get this kind of support for this monthly membership is kind of insane. So all of that you can access by scanning the QR code, setting up that private podcast feed, and it comes in then automatically to your phone. You don't have to do anything else once you get it set up. So that is the digital portal in a nutshell. All the replays you can see are also included. So our guided planning sessions, I did a monthly workshop to kick off the year and kick off the month for a new way of planning with flexibility, with support, and accountability built in. So this is January's module. I keep adding to it as the month goes on. And so when you get your box, you're going to want to bring some of these tools to our planning sessions. And inside the box are some other important things. I send a personal note. As of now, I've been able to do it for every member that has subscribed every month. So just a way to connect with another human. Have someone you know is cheering you on and supporting you. And so that you know that I value you as a human. No AI involved. You'll also receive a monthly calendar card. And how I have this set up is that your first month, you'll also receive a card holder so that you can display it on your desk or somewhere else where you'll see it often. It has our monthly theme. Actually, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Has the monthly theme. So this month, our theme is rooted in intention. And I have had fun drawing the graphics for these so far and just illustrating what it feels like to me to be rooted in intention. So those heart-shaped roots, we're going to ground ourselves this month. We have been already in our intentions, our values, and what we want our life and our business to look like. You have obviously your monthly calendar, and on the back side is a personal note to you about that reminder, about that intention for the month. And then you have room to write your own notes to yourself. We talk about beliefs or affirmations that support us as we move through our month. And so a lot of our members like to write those here so that it's a visual reminder. You can keep it close by. I keep mine right next to me. And it's just a way to remind myself of why I'm here, how I'm showing up. Next, inside the box is your monthly journal and planner combo. I call it the Mindful Momentum pages. And inside, I've designed an easy, quick, accessible way to do your flexible planning paired with some journaling. If you're like me, for a long time, I said I didn't have time to journal. But what I developed and learned is that it doesn't have to take an hour or even 30 minutes to see the value. And so built into your week, we have planning and journaling together. Every week, there's a 4-page spread that allows for, like I said, setting your intentions, deciding how you want to feel each week, a habit tracker, a place where we set our top 3 priorities for the week. And we do that together in our guided planning sessions. And you can obviously do it on your own time, but it's really helpful to get some coaching along the way during the session. get questions answered, and connect with your intentions. Every month, there's also additional journaling prompts related to our monthly theme. So there's our graphic again, rooted in intention. We talk about what that means to us. We create our own definitions for what it means to us. And then there are journal prompts related. And in the back of the Mindful Momentum pages are some blank journaling pages. You can use, the whole thing to journal. You can break it into sections and do a little bit each day. I give you tips as we go so that you can benefit from the process of writing out your thoughts. At the end of the month, there are end of the month reflection questions, including the monthly reflection. We build in reflection to our weeks, and all of this is part of our system. It's thin. It doesn't require a lot of time or effort. It just is about being intentional and pausing long enough to build that awareness, shift our mindset so that we can live the life we want to live and we can build the business we want to build. Then finally, inside the box, I always include some related gifts, surprise gifts, usually related to journaling or planning or self-care. So this month I included different color translucent or transparent sticky notes. So they're see-through. You can plop it on top of your pages if you want to highlight something or add to your journaling or planning. And then a little bag of goodies. We had some coordinating washi tape colors, depending on what color you got. I also include, when you're a new member, a little binder clip along with the wood card holder for your monthly calendar card. I include a circle binder clip. I don't know what it's called. Ring clip. This one is really stuck in there. Okay. This one is not. This is the one I use. But what I do is it allows me to clip together all of the collected monthly cards. I can flip through and see what I wrote on the back, and when I want to check in with myself and remember those intentions, those affirmations, and how they're supporting me throughout the year. So I make sure that new members have one of those. And then this month I gave out a little tin jar, and inside were some cute little heart paper clips. I use these to, can you see that? To clip my current pages in. Here's my actual January planner. And I put the clip at the top so that I can open up quickly to the page that I'm on, the week that I'm on. And typically you'll see that this is very nice. It lays flat. I say the word typically a lot. Keep it open on my desk, just laying flat here so I can quickly check in with my intentions. I can see my top 3 priorities, check them off, feel that accomplishment, keep track of my wins, keep track of my reflections. I have a habit tracker, which I've been using to just remind myself of what's important this month. So for me, it's weekly walking. I'm aiming for 5 times this week to start my walking habit again. I used to walk outside, but right now it's snowing, so I'm walking on the treadmill, and that feels a little harder. So I'm tracking it. I'm using cute little stickers that I also use my paperclip to stick in my book that one of my clients sent me. I love frogs, from the Eat the Frog productivity book that I once read way in the beginning of this journey. And we can talk about frogs another time, but I've been using these little frogs in my habit tracker, and it just makes me smile. So that is what is included in this month's box. I'm going to pack it up, and just as a reminder, everyone got a tin jar with heart paper clips, washi tape to kind of highlight in your planner or even customize some of the sections. Sometimes people like to be flexible with how they use it, so they can cover up spots that they're not using, rename things. So that was here, plus some coordinating transparent sticky notes, your monthly calendar card and card holder if you needed one new this month. Every member got a personal handwritten note in their box, their contents card and quick start tips, and of course, their mindful momentum pages. And so that's what comes in this small but mighty box. And of course, your access to the Mindful Momentum Hub. This is where all the magic happens, in my opinion, is the way that we support ourselves in community in the Mindful Momentum box. You get accessible coaching that is in your pocket, literally. If you have a smartphone, you have access to the Telegram group chat. You have access to the twice a week private podcast feed that supports you and coaches you through your monthly theme, which ours is rooted in intention this month. Plus, all the replays and the link to join the live guided planning session each week. So, I hope that if you're a member, you have loved your box this week, but more importantly, the support you get when you receive it. And if anyone has questions, let me know. Post here in the chat. We will be opening enrollment for February very soon. Boxes go out in about a week. So if you're interested in joining us next month, you want that support, you're tired of telling yourself you don't have time for what's important in your life, those dreams, those desires, the plans, the goals that you have. If you're tired of pushing it off, telling yourself you'll do it later or you'll do it when you have time, this is your invitation. Come get support, coaching in your back pocket, community support, flexible planning sessions, and you don't have to do it alone. Okay, I'm here to support you. It would be an honor to work with you. And some of our members are not some, all of our members are amazing and they love to support each other as well. So if you're curious, let me know. I'll drop the link to join us for February very soon. And I'll see you back here next week for our next Mindful Momentum moment. I wish you a great rest of your day and week, and I'll see you soon.